See Bernoulli's equation. So if there is a pipe, right? Yesterday we have seen this. If I let us say this height is h1, this height is h2, in between some height is h3. Okay? I have to take a reference line. First of all, I need to select a reference line. Whenever you are talking about potential energy, because there is an energy play here, you have to always choose a proper reference line. You can choose whatever reference line you wish to, but that reference line has to be a standard line. Suppose if I take this as the reference line, so the inlet is at a height h1, outlet is at a height h2, intermediate heights are h3, h4, h5 like that. So what Bernoulli's equation says is P plus half rho v square plus rho gh. If you calculate for this point, it will remain constant. You take any point, the summation of all these three will be a constant. That is the first thing. Okay. I want to bring something else here. So if I calculate here, that value will be constant. Individually they may be varying. Individually they may vary. Okay. These three are not individually constant. They are not individually constant. The sum is constant. So here you get a sum of 100, you also get a sum of 100. It is like a plus b plus c. A plus b plus c is equal to 100. A can have some other value, b can have some other value, depending upon the point you are choosing. Okay? So this is what is Bernoulli's law. Now, suppose I divide this equation, just I want to bring some outside book terms here. Suppose I divide this by rho g. We will see what we get. Suppose what is P? P is the pressure at that point. This is the velocity component, kinetic energy part, and this is the potential energy part. The summation of all these three is constant. Suppose you just calculate what is P by rho g. Let us see what unit we get. What is the unit of P? Newton per meter square, isn't it? What is rho? It is kg per meter cube. And what is g? Acceleration. What is the unit for acceleration? Meter per second square. Okay. Just let us simplify this. So here it is kg per meter cube. So what is Newton actually? It is kg meter per second square. Am I right? Into this will, when it goes to the numerator, it will become meter cube by kg. Am I right? This will become second square by meter. Am I right? Just cancel out kg gone, second square gone. Here there is a meter and there is a meter. You are getting meter cube. P by rho g. There is a meter square here also, no? That meter square I have eaten up. There is one more meter square here. It is Newton per meter square, no? This is my Newton part divided by meter square. This meter cube by second got inverse. This also inverse. So finally you are getting what? You are getting a meter. Now this is called head. This is called, whenever you talk in terms of meter or something, you are talking head. This is called pressure head. If you measure in a manometer or whatever, you get a reading. That reading is called head. Okay? Similarly, you calculate this half rho v square divided by rho g. I am dividing by rho g because rho g is a constant. G is a constant. For that, let us say rho is constant, density is constant. I can divide this expression by rho g. It will become constant by rho g. The constant by rho g again is a constant. So I can divide that, So if you do this, what do you get? Just half you can ignore. We are just looking at the units. Rho cancel, okay? So it is v square by g. What is v square by g? V is meter per second, so this is meter square per second square, right? Into 1 upon, this is, what is G? Meter per second square. Meter per second square you are getting, right? So this second square gone. This is meter square plus meter square per second square, and G is meter per second square. So meter, 1 meter is left. So again you are getting meter. Similarly, if you calculate this, rho G H by rho G is gone, only H is remaining. So if I am dividing this expression, all three I am getting in meters only. Am I right? So this P by rho G, this is called pressure head. This is called pressure head. This V square by 2G, V square by, this is there, no? V square by 2, V square by, this whole term, if I am dividing by rho G, this is your velocity head. Clear? This is not there in your book, I am just bringing from outside, okay? And this divided by rho G, this is called datum head. Datum head. Clear? So essentially, what does Bernoulli's theorem means? Means the sum total of pressure head, velocity head, and the datum head. Datum means reference. With respect to this, what is the datum of this point? H1. With respect to this reference line, what is the datum? H3. Okay? This is H3, this is H2. Every point will have a datum head, that is based upon the geometry, spatial conditions. Okay? This component is because of the fluid flow. There is a pressure due to the fluid inside. This pressure head is because of that. Clear? And this fluid is flowing, there will be a velocity head also. So Bernoulli's expression, Bernoulli's equation basically is the sum total of pressure head, velocity head, and datum head is always a constant. This is another interpretation. However, we will use this expression only. We will use this expression in most of the cases only. Clear? Always we express pressure in terms of head, I told you. If I am saying mercury has risen up to 2 centimeter head, means the pressure you should be able to calculate. Rho of mercury into G into H. Remember? So we express pressure in terms of head of the manometer liquid. It can be a thermal, it can be a mercury or whatever liquid you have chosen. Okay? Just write with this. The reason behind telling all this, introducing these terms is basically these can be physically measured. Pressure head can be measured, manometers and all that. Alright? Similarly, velocity head can be measured. Datum head can be measured with a scale, you know. So all these three are measurable quantities. In physics, we should be able to measure things. Okay. So how do we physically measure means? We will calculate the heads, and that is a constant. That is Bernoulli's equation. The Bernoulli's equation is based on the principle of law of conservation of energy. Suppose if I had considered the pipe friction and all those things, then this law of conservation of energy there you cannot apply, because there is some loss of energy. No, if you are, there is a inclined plane. If you remember, if there is a block which is going up the inclined plane, so if there is no friction, you can apply the principle of energy, conservation of energy. But if frictional forces are active on this, there is some loss of energy. No, some loss of energy is lost in friction, heat loss or something will be there. So there conservation of energy you cannot apply, but you can apply work energy theorem. You can apply work energy theorem. What is work? Difference of kinetic energy, difference of potential energy. So that you can apply. Even if friction forces are there, you can apply that. Okay? But otherwise, if friction forces are active, you cannot apply conservation of energy concept. Okay? So this is based on Law of conservation of energy. Energy is conserved at both the points. Energy is conserved at both the points because even if there are some losses in terms of friction also, so if you add up that, you get the total energy. So if I am taking 2 points, the energy at this point and energy at this point will be equal. That is what we have learned from the law of conservation of energy, isn't it? And we are always talking about mechanical energy. We have only two types of energy, like this kinetic energy and potential energy. Look at page 49. There is an illustration. As shown in the given figure, the piston of cross-sectional area 2 cm square pushes the liquid out of the tube, whose area at the outlet is 40 mm square. The piston is pushed at the rate of 2 cm per second. Determine the speed at which the fluid leaves the tube. Okay? So, you have a situation like this. There is a piston here, this is the outlet, this is the inlet. Okay? This piston is trying to push the liquid in this way. Piston is trying to push the liquid. Okay? So, the parameters are given. Piston cross-sectional area A1 is equal to 2 cm square. And outlet area is A2 is equal to 40 mm square. Okay? The piston is pushed here, V1 is equal to 2 cm per second. It is asking you V2 how much. Can we calculate? We can apply the continuity equation here. We can apply the continuity equation. So this is basically A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Okay? Continuity equation. You keep writing all these continuity equations. I may not be writing here. You should write, because writing helps you with. We are solving first basic level questions. Then I will be taking up some PYQs also. Okay? So V2 is equal to A1 V1 by A2. So what is A1? So let us put everything into meters. 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into V1 is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Centimeter per second I have converted into meters, divided by A2. A2 is 40 mm square. 1 mm is 10 power minus 3 meters. So this becomes 10 power minus 6. Okay? So this is gone. So 2 into 2 by 40. 4 by 40. 1 by 10. 1 by 10 I am getting. V2 is 1 by 10. 0.1 meter per second. ओके एक अतरंगी स्टूडेंट से मेरा परिचय हुआ था, वो मैं किस्सा तो लास्ट में बताऊंगा, पहले इसको देखा है. We are going to discuss about application of Bernoulli's equation. Application of this. ठीक है? So the first thing is, how do we find the efflux of fluid at orifice. Orifice means outlet. A small hole, something you make, a big tank is there. You pierce a small hole. Water will be coming out, isn't it? So there is a equation like something is there like this, okay? So this is a big tank. And this water is flowing down, okay? And this is called the orifice. I would like to know what is the speed here. How do I calculate? I can apply Bernoulli's equation, okay? I can apply Bernoulli's equation. So I can apply between 2 points. I need to identify the points where I can apply the Bernoulli's equation. So let us say this is my point 1, this is my point 2. Okay? So applying Bernoulli's equation between point 1 and point 2, let us say here the area of cross section is more. It is A1. Here it is A2. Let us say here velocity is V1. Here velocity is V2. I am just writing the parameters. Okay, and I can apply the continuity equation first. Always you have to think in terms of continuity equation and Bernoulli's equation. Okay, you will घूम फिर के हम लोग आंसर पे कैसे भी करके पहुंच जाएंगे। ये चैप्टर में बस हम लोग घूम फिर के आंसर पे आ जाते हैं कुछ भी करके, ठीक है। तो बार बार continuity equation यूज करते रहना और बार बार Bernoulli's equation यूज करते रहना। So I can write a1 b1 is equal to a2 b2. So let us say this v1 is v and v2 is vo, which I am interested to find out. Vo is the speed at the orifice, v is the speed at the section wherever I have taken. Okay, now this is free to air, obviously there will be atmospheric pressure acting over there. अगर ये बंद डब्बा होता तो atmospheric pressure लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, ठीक है। So can we write the equation now? Can someone help me? Can you help me write the equation? Just try. What should I write here?
P is equal to P total plus rho g h.
P total आएगा क्या? हाँ, चलो मैं थोड़ा धक्का मारता हूँ। इस हाइट को मान लेते हैं h, ठीक है? धक्का वर्किंग, हाँ, प्लस कुछ और आएगा।
Half rho
हाँ,
d square.
हाँ,
E square.
हाँ,
P
हाँ, हाँ, इक्वल टू
P ना
इक्वल टू आएगा या कुछ और भी आएगा? फर्स्ट पहले सिस्टमेटिकली जाएंगे। रेफरेंस लाइन कहाँ लेंगे? पहले पूछना पड़ेगा सर आपने रेफरेंस लाइन लिया ही नहीं, ठीक है। रेफरेंस लाइन में खींचना यहाँ पर, ठीक है, ठीक है। यहाँ क्या आएगा? हाँ, धक्का ऑलरेडी लिख दिया है क्या? अच्छा, हमने रेफरेंस खींचा नहीं लेकिन हमने इसको लिख दिया ऑलरेडी, हम लोग एक स्टेप आगे निकल गए, ठीक है। चलो, सो P0 यहाँ से अगर ये हाइट h है तो यहाँ पे प्रेशर कितना होगा? रो जी एच प्लस हाफ रो वी स्क्वेयर, ओके, इज इक्वल टू no, we have to take the pressure at this point, okay? So here rho g h will not come. What are we trying to do? We are framing equation between this point and this point. So what is the pressure at this point? Only atmospheric pressure, okay? Here there is only atmospheric pressure. What is the pressure here? P plus rho g h, ठीक है। थोड़ा गड़बड़ कर दिया हमने। तो P0 प्लस रो v स्क्वायर बाई 2, कुछ तो वेलोसिटी था, ठीक है, प्लस रो जी एच, दिस इज द डेटम पार्ट, ओके, इज इक्वल टू, अभी मैं रेफरेंस लाइन इसको ले रहा हूं तो यहां पर रो वी जी स्क्वायर रो वी जीरो स्क्वायर बाई 2 प्लस ये वाला टर्म नहीं होगा क्योंकि वो तो h जीरो हो गया, एंड व्हाट एल्स, या प्रेशर, pressure is equal to P0 plus rho GH. नहीं rho GH तो already है, okay. So basically pressure plus velocity have to match. This is the pressure part, this is the velocity part. This is the pressure part, this is the velocity part, equal to velocity part and pressure part, ठीक है। So P0 gone, and what else can we do? So we are trying to find out V0, so we'll write the terms as rho V0 square by 2 minus rho V square by 2 is equal to rho GH. Now this H is the measurable part, I can measure, no? I can know the height of the tank till where the water is, okay. So here rho got cancelled, so I am left with V0 square minus V square is equal to 2GH, right? Or V0 is equal to V square plus 2GH. Now here I can write V0 in terms of V also. This V can be converted into, based upon this equation. I know the area of cross section, so I am telling you the procedure. I am not putting the entire equation, although they have done the entire derivation. Where? This is?
Yes.
हाँ, तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? मुझे इसको इधर खींचना पड़ेगा। और क्या कर सकते हैं, मैंने v स्क्वायर को इधर खींचा, एक मिनट, इस भाई साहब को मैंने इधर खींचा, तो रोजेज माइनस क्यों होगा? मैंने इसको इधर खींचा और इसको इधर लिखा, ठीक है? तो मैंने ऐसा करने का कारण है, यहाँ पर अगर एरिया कम हो रहा है तो स्पीड ज़्यादा होगा, तो मेरा v0 v से ज़्यादा होगा, मुझे घुमा फिरा करके उसको इक्वल करना है उसके साथ। एक मिनट हाँ। तो हियर द ऑरिफिस स्पीड विल बी मोर देन द स्पीड हियर, क्योंकि तुमने यहाँ पे क्या कर दिया, उसको तुमने पतला बना दिया ना, छोटा सा होल करके, तो पानी ज़्यादा स्पीड से निकलेगा, इसीलिए मैंने v0 को ऐसा अरेंज किया, ओके? एंड वी आर फाइंडिंग आउट v0, so here v will be equal to what? V will be equal to, I mean v0 will be v will be equal to a2 by a1 into v0. So you can put this value here. केयरफुली सुनो, मैं पूरा इक्वेशन नहीं लिख रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर मैं v को इन टर्म्स ऑफ v0 लिख लूँगा। मुझे a1 पता है, a2 पता है, मुझे ये हाइट भी पता है, क्या मेरे को ऑरिफिस का स्पीड मिल जाएगा? I will get the speed at the orifice. I am not writing the entire equation, okay? You understood the procedure? This is how we apply Bernoulli's equation to find out the speed at the flex. Flex means the exit point, okay? So basically the pressure and velocity parts you have to equate. Pressure and the velocity parts. What we have done? We have calculated the pressures here. We have calculated the pressures here. We have taken the kinetic energy part here, kinetic energy part here. P total energy we have equated basically. What have we equated? We have equated total energy at both the points, isn't it? Same like what you have done in your solids, you know. Here we are doing in the case of liquids. But only thing is we are introducing rho and all that. There we use mgh and all that. Here we are using, we cannot use mgh. So rho multiplied by v and all that is coming. Rho is coming into the picture instead of the mass. Understand it that way. Basically you are equating the energies. You are doing nothing else. Write it. On this questions keep coming. That's why I am doing these two. So यहाँ पर दूसरा application Venturi tube. Venturi tube. So it is like this. So this is some inlet, this is some outlet. The water is flowing like this, okay? And they kind of contract it. उसको पतला कर देते हैं एक जगह पे, जो कि ये वाला point है. So they will put a device here, they will put a device here. And basically, Venturi tube is a device which is useful to calculate the flow of water using Bernoulli's principle. Okay? So here, if you take it, let us say, here the area is A1, here the area is A2, here the velocity is V1, here it is V2, and this point pressure, this is on pressure P1 and P2. Okay, each point will have some pressure, each point will have some velocity and some particular area of cross section. So what are we trying to find out here? So we can find out, you have done this manometer and all that, remember? So I can get the pressure at this point, I can get the pressure at this point, I can get the difference of pressures. Remember, while we were studying about manometers, I was studying about difference of pressures. याद है? Open link होते हैं, YouTube होता है, YouTube manometers. That concept we can use here. Okay. So if I apply Bernoulli's equation between these 2 points, like in the previous case, you can frame the equation. You can call this point as 1, you can call this point as 2. So what will be the equation? So here some pressure P1 is there. Here no atmospheric pressure. There is a proper pressure is there here. This pressure has already see, this pressure has been measured using a device. Okay. So P1 plus half, I am assuming that the density of liquid is same throughout, half rho V1 square, and if I take a reference line here, both are at the same height. It's a horizontal pipe, it's not an inclined pipe, it's a horizontal pipe. So that part you don't have to consider. The data part, the third part, you don't have to consider that. P1 plus half rho V1 square is equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. Right? So P1 minus P2. P1 minus P2 is equal to rho by 2 V2 square minus V1 square. Isn't it? So you know how to calculate this. How do we measure this? Difference in head. Difference in head. Here you are getting some reading, here you are getting some reading. So this difference in head, that is your pressure difference. That is your pressure difference. Am I right? यहाँ पर तुमको प्रेशर का कुछ रीडिंग मिलेगा, यहाँ पे कुछ रीडिंग मिलेगा. डिफरेंस ऑफ प्रेशर क्या है? रो जी एच ही तो है. So that's what I'm writing here. Rho G H. Because this यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पे वेलोसिटी तेज है. ये थोड़ा पतला हो गया. यहाँ वेलोसिटी तेज है ना? तो यहाँ पे प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे प्रेशर ज़्यादा है. So P1 is more than P2. P1 is more than P2 and V1 is less than V2. V1 is less than V2. That means P1 is more than P2. This is measurable. This is measurable in terms of calibrated scale. How much you get? Rho GH. वो मैनोमीटर वाला देखो तुमको समझ में आएगा. ठीक है? Is equal to rho by 2 into V2 square minus V1 square. Right? So rho and rho cancel. So what are you getting? V2 square minus V1 square is equal to 2GH. Am I right? But can you apply again continuity equation here? You can apply continuity equation here also. So your A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Right? So what are we trying to do? We are trying to measure the speed of water here. We are trying to measure the speed of water here, let us say. So I can write V2 is equal to A1 V1 by A2. So put it here. V1 can be eliminated and you can find the velocity at this particular point. Using same concept. There I was talking about a vertical cylinder kind of thing. Here I am talking about a horizontal flow. But this water is flowing, okay? That water is stagnant. पानी था, पानी उसमें से गिर रहा था. लेकिन कोई पाइप में से पानी जा रहा है, तो designated points पे मैं velocity निकाल सकता हूँ. Using instrument called Venturi tube या Venturi meter. Venturi tube. Venturi, ठीक है? So using Bernoulli's equation we calculate like this. We can calculate the speed of flow of water. ये running water है, ये रुका हुआ water नहीं है, water flow कर रहा है, तो उसका मैं speed निकाल सकता हूँ. Okay, using this expression. So here you have to eliminate V1. You have to eliminate V1. So what did I write here? No. You have to bring everything in terms of V2. So V1 is equal to A2 by A1 into V2. So put it here. So V2 square minus A2 by A1 whole square. V2 square is equal to 2GH. Okay. So just if I further simplify this, what am I getting? V2, I am just writing here. V2 square is equal to 1 minus A2 by A1. 1 minus A2 by A1 whole square is equal to 2GH, right? Is equal to 2GH. H is a measurable thing. A1, A2 you know, but A1, A2 you can play around with. अब पाइप को कितना पतला करना है आपके हाथ में है, पाइप को कितना मोटा रखना है आपके हाथ में है, बराबर. अगर मान लो कि A2 A1 से बहुत मतलब क्या बोलते हैं, बहुत नेग्लिजिबल है, बहुत छोटा है. A2 is very less than A1. A2 is very less than A1. क्या हो जाएगा, ये टर्म तुम्हारा इग्नोरेबल हो जाएगा. ये टर्म क्या हो जाएगा, इग्नोरेबल हो जाएगा. A2 मान लो 2 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर है और A1 है तुम्हारा 200 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर, ऐसा कुछ. वो तुम्हारे हाथ में है, ये पाइप तुम्हारे हाथ में है, तुम कैसे भी डिजाइन कर सकते हो, इसको कितना भी पतला बना सकते हो, वो तुम्हारी इच्छा. ठीक है. अगर मान लो A2 A1 से बहुत छोटा है, तो दिस टर्म बिकम्स नेग्लिजिबल. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, V2 is equal to root over 2GH straight away. So how do you find the speed at this point? इन दोनों का difference of height लो, √2/2gh is the speed at this point. What is the speed at this point? अगर दोनों का बीच का डिफरेंस कितना है 10 सेंटीमीटर है, वो स्केल लगा करके देखेंगे दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस कितना है 10 सेंटीमीटर है, तो तुम्हारा स्पीड कितना आएगा 2 × g × 10 सेंटीमीटर √, कैलकुलेट करो, ये गया √2 मीटर पर सेकंड। ये पानी का स्पीड है इस पॉइंट, समझ में आया? एवरीवन क्लियर? So this is another application of Bernoulli's equation. जो एयर लिफ्टिंग ऑफ द रूफ हैपन्स नो, तूफान आया तो छत उड़ गया, क्यों उड़ गया? तो ये तुम्हारा कोई शेड है, ठीक है? ये भी बर्नौली से, ये सब बोर्ड में कभी कभी ऐसे सवाल पूछते हैं, तुम लोगों को लिखना अच्छा है। तो बाहर क्या है, विंड बहुत तेज स्पीड से उड़ रहा है, बहुत हाई स्पीड पे है विंड, 100 किलोमीटर 200 किलोमीटर की रफ्तार से तूफान आया। तो क्या हो गया, जो छत के ऊपर वाला पॉइंट है वहां पे प्रेशर ज्यादा होगा कि कम होगा? ठीक है, छत के ऊपर है, छत के नीचे है, छत के ऊपर बताओ कि प्रेशर तुम्हारा ज्यादा होगा कि कम होगा? मैं तो बोलता हूँ क्योंकि हवा बहुत तेज है, इससे तो प्रेशर तो दबा के होगा, है ना? 1 घंटा से तुम आँख खोल के सो रहे थे, तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे थे। अगर यहाँ पर स्पीड ज्यादा है तो प्रेशर क्या होगा, कम होगा। बर्नौली प्रिंसिपल क्या है तुम लोग का? बर्नौली प्रिंसिपल बीपी, ब्लड प्रेशर, मेरा बीपी बढ़ा रहा है ना अभी, तो प्रेशर गोइंग अप, वेलोसिटी गोइंग डाउन, इसको ये माइंड में आपको याद रखो। किसी भी पॉइंट पे प्रेशर ज्यादा है तो वेलोसिटी कम होगा, वेलोसिटी ज्यादा है तो प्रेशर कम होगा, उल्टा। तो यहाँ पर क्या था, वेलोसिटी ज़्यादा था इसलिए प्रेशर क्या होगा, कम होगा, इसलिए ये वाला प्रेशर ज़्यादा है ना, अभी तो बताया। तो अभी ये जो छत का ऊपर वाला पॉइंट और नीचे वाला पॉइंट है, ये ज़्यादा स्पीड पे उड़ रहा है हवा, तो यहाँ पर मेरा P मिनिमम होगा, यहाँ पर मेरा P जो भी होगा एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर होगा। कौन ज़्यादा है, ये ज़्यादा है कि ये ज़्यादा है? एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर ज़्यादा है। अब ये कोई ऐसा है, दीवार है, इधर से 2 न्यूटन फोर्स लग रहा है, इधर से मैं 200 लगा रहा हूँ, ये लेफ्ट को जाएगा कि राइट को जाएगा? लेफ्ट को जाएगा कि राइट को जाएगा? इधर 2 लगाएगा 200 लगाएगा, लेफ्ट में जाएगा। तो ये भाई साहब बजा रहा है, इससे ये उड़ाएगा उसको अंदर से, इससे तुम्हारा छत ऊपर की तरफ उड़ेगा, नहीं तो छत नीचे की तरफ घुस जाए, वो और भी डेंजर होता है। छत उड़ जाने से अच्छा है दूसरा छत खरीद लेंगे, वो छत उड़ के हमारे सर पे गिरा तो फिर हम जाएंगे ईश्वर के पास वार्तालाप करने।